So here we are with episode 2 of Girls Band Cry. Last episode, we were introduced to our two main characters, Nina and Momoka, and in this episode, I presume we're going to meet another member who's going to join the band. I know, big prediction. But if you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access into YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Oh, somebody's snoring out here. Damn. Wow. Y'all just sleeping on the same bed? Uh-huh. Damn, you just see her in your bed? Alright. If you weren't sure if you want one for yourself. Roommate problems, dude. It's not that easy to move back in. I have things to do today. Well, hey! Look! You're the one who told her to come back, alright? So, like, don't fucking get too upset on her about that. Except for the part where she's drinking. Why is she drinking? Stop wasting money. Actually, I know why she would be drinking, but, like... Actually, there's no buts in that. just remove that part of the sentence. She just wants to get a good job. Yeah. We can work our practice. You're part of the band now. Exactly. Continuing to fight in our own way. Me through studying. Why can't you do both, huh? Mm-hmm. Does that mean that she's gotta write lyrics too? Is that what you want to be? In a band, or? Yeah, it was... What? It's also like, basically, that's how Diamond Dust broke up. Yeah, I was thinking she was gonna hit that. I like that in terms of like the tracking of like the walking and everything. I've been looking at it, like the way that their feet is. Like they're not dragging at all. It's very nice. And then bang! Alright. So like, did you guys get this house? I thought it was I thought she was in an apartment. I mean, well, this is her place, right? I don't remember. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck? The knife was just in the bag? Yo, that's dangerous. Hey, yo, she's using food analogy? That's my shit, dude. You've gotta... Okay, unless it's rented, sorry, I'm just keep stopping. But, like, if it's rented, probably shouldn't do it. But, like, if it's, like, a marble countertop, you'd probably still just sharpen it. Mm-hmm. Very dangerous to be cutting with a blunt knife. What is that stuff to buy? I mean, it's just, yeah, plates, a ladle, hanger bar, a colander and bow, also maybe a like a knife sharpener as well? Yes? How would you eat hot pot in your family like this? Unless you've never had... Uh-oh. Oh, we get to hear the tenets from her mouth. Again. Sounds awful. I don't want to fucking sit here and eat with you guys. Yeah, screw that. A reputation. And then you broke that reputation? Oh, it's the first time we've got a... Is that a cello? Or maybe she's not happy with herself. Bullies, they travel in packs. Mm-hmm. For what? They beat you up? What? You can make 5 songs out of this story. A whole EP, let's go! To devote yourself to guitar. Could still do a little background singing, you know? Background vocals, I mean. I just realized they have the light just on the table. Hell yeah, roll that shit up into spite! And tell them, you know, fuck you. Easy as that. Actually, I wish it was as easy as that. Another beer left. Wait, you went through the second one already? The fuck? The guitar, it calls for you. Okay, so this. Okay, so the house that she's living with the gay man. That's the only descriptor for him right now. You regretting your decisions? Gotta study. Damn, she's so sad when she said that. Pronouns! They're eating by herself. She has a Buddha pen? Did you not, like, wait, did you not, like, get her contacts or anything? Momoka's? All week? Relatable. Wait. What? Wait. Wait, what the fuck is... Why did she just come out of the apartment? I am so confused. What is... Okay, okay, this is the house. It's an older house. What's that new house then? What is that apartment? What is... Never seen that outlet before. Not doing well. Oh. Who is this? Oh, Awa. Oh, on the drums. Awa Subaru. Okay. Damn, dude. She already found somebody who's gonna be a part of her band? Damn, dude. Nina, better not get FOMO out here. Oh. Awa sees it in Nina's face. It's like, it's time for me to go. Vocaloid producers? Oh, wow. Oh, sorry, she was talking about... Damn, dude, being fucking left out of the conversation, dude. Oh, shit. This is a painful dinner. They haven't done any big. Oh, I'm just gonna sit in that wet chair. Sorry, she's flashbacking right now. Too much. Too much. I gotta run. I gotta get out. Hey, yo, this is a nice bathroom. My God. And give her something to work with. Yeah, but it's really easy to imagine that when you were bullied for so long. Goes to acting school. What a pretty thought. Show off how big her heart is. You'll never make any friends. Damn, I mean, I get both of their sides. Is this the outside of the bathroom? Where is this? This does not look like the restaurant at all. What? You didn't even eat anything! Hello? She's leaving. I'm taking this light. See you later. Hey, can't call her an idiot and say that she doesn't appreciate. It's hard for her to get out of this stage. Damn, there's an empty street out here. And you fucked it all up! So look, it's fine if she says it. Oh. Damn, she just... I never think. Reactory. I mean, it's understandable. No, you shut up! Yeah! Yeah, flip him off! Oh, alright, this is alright. We're heading into assault territory. Hold on. Holy shit! My god. Holy shit, that light's... At least, hopefully the bulb is, like, still intact, right? The table just crashes. Aw. You're not even tall enough. Uh-oh. Well, you're gonna have to buy a chair, you know? But I definitely feel that. Dude, just fucking small mistakes after small mistakes, and she's just like, I can't even do anything about my life. I can't even install a light bulb. How did she get in her house? What the fuck? Oh, wow. Can't even believe, dude. Subaru's just like, let me just install this light. Still fighting back? So high maintenance. Damn, right in the fucking shin. Okay, that is funny. Just crying and chugging a drink. Okay, so these are the 3 other members before her. And then these are the new band members. Alright. I'm nobody. Alright. Very nice. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm still contemplating on whether I should be writing notes for this or not. I guess I'll regret my decision when episode 3 comes, and then I'm like, I should have written notes for episode 1 and 2, but until then, I'm gonna go right back to the center. Oh, okay, this makes much more sense now that I'm looking at this in episode 1. So, this is the apartment complex, this is not a house, right? And that's where all the mail are, and it just looks like a house to me. That's why I was like so confused about where the fuck they were living in. And so that's why she's like, this is it, and then this is upstairs. Okay, makes sense now. Alright, so that was episode 2 of Girls Band Cry. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. I really enjoyed it. We get to see essentially the aftermath effect of Nina being bullied at school, being told by her parents, her family, and like the people at school to just shut the fuck up about it. Essentially, they're covering for the bullies. Who would have thought, you know? When it comes to this sort of fucking shit, the bullies are the one who gets protected, and then when the bullied when they fight back, they're the one who gets in trouble. A really bullshit system, unfortunately. But because of that, you can see the way that Nina just pushes people back and sees somebody new like Subaru, and it's just like, no, I don't want to, like, I don't know who this girl is, but like, she's looking down on me right now, alright? Or like, she'll tell Momoka, you're fucking lying to me about the fact that I have a good singing voice, or the fact that you like my singing voice, you know? Absolute bullshit. And like, she gets feisty and she fights back, and then the moment she leaves the situation, she immediately regrets it, because she's just like, fuck, why the fuck did I do that, right? it's such an understandable feeling, and especially when you're like still a teenager and all that. I know that like kids who are like 17-year-old or 16-year-old or something, they get mad if you call them a kid. You know, like, I'm almost an adult, I'm not a kid. To which, like, even when you turn 18, all right, you are still a kid. So that's all I'm gonna say, right? When you from 18 to 21, that's gonna be like a really big leaping experience for kids. Like, that's like the time when I feel they really start to like mature and like become adults. And I mean, you still don't really you don't really stop growing until you're at least like 25. So I will say, you know, until you're like 25 or some shit, you're probably still like even 24 maybe, like you're still probably like a fucking kid. Anyways, what was I here for again? Forgot to mention, but my god, dude, these fucking thigh-high boots of hers, I think, or is it thigh-high boots, or is she wearing stockings? It's really hard for me to figure out if like it's just black stockings and it blends really well into her heels, her little shoe. If not, I mean, it might just be stockings because she's got like garter belts, but this is primarily what I wanted to talk about, the garter belts. This is the absolute territory right here, if you guys didn't know. So in the beginning, we've got a bit of a misunderstanding between Nina and Momoka, where Momoka thought that Nina wanted to join the band with her, but Nina's just over here like, no, I just told you that we should flip them off together in our own ways, you know? Well, we'll do it together, but separately. That's some introvert energy right there. Introverts united, but let's do that separately. So we've got Momoka, who's showering Nina with compliments on why she should, you know, join a band and all that, telling her all the good things, but also the bad things about being in a band. Being essentially what Momoka is saying, that you're able to accomplish many things when you're with other people, right? Compared to how you're unable to do it by yourself. Kind of like with Nina trying to put the lights on the ceiling, and she can't, but then when Subaru and Momoka comes over, right, they help her out with that. Then we've got Momoka, who makes the analogy, the food analogy to writing songs. You know, it's the same thing. You chop up the ingredients while the water boils, you make the sauce while the food cooks or whatever. You're doing many things separately, but it all comes together, and that's essentially how songs are created, right? People write the lyrics, then they'll make like the instrumentals, the music and everything, and we all shove that together and we make a fucking song. Okay, so when they were having dinner, right, a hot pot dinner, Nina asks, oh, do you just eat it like this? And so Momoka's like, oh, you must be from a rich family or something. And Nina continues to say, no, it's not a rich family. It's just that we have family tenets. And other parents were so impressed that they're able to keep their child disciplined like this, that she ended up having a reputation, which that reputation probably ended up causing her to get bullied. Why is that? Does it really matter why? And then she gets her phone, she looks at it, and she starts scrolling. And so Momoka's like, that it, right? How could you tell? Because you're an open book. That is true. So she shows her the most popular girl at school, was super pretty, went through every hot guy at the boys' school. I see, did she bully you or something? Right, I guess. I guess. And then she talked about how like she was sent to the hospital once because of this whole fucking shit. So Momoka asks why, to which Nina says, how would I know? And it's like, I probably did something that upset her, to which, like, sometimes, you know, sometimes when it comes to bullies, like, not ones, when it comes to bullies, they are having trouble with their own life, and so they lash out at people, right? And they specifically lash out at people that they know are easy targets. And Nina kind of goes through the whole process of how bullies often work, right? Not in the way that that some shows portray bullies as, right? And so when Momoka asks, you didn't fight back, Nina says, people like her only pick a fight once they've gathered allies and know you can't fight back. First they alienate you, then they hurt you. You know, I ended up in the hospital, both the school and even my family said we shouldn't make a fuss. Like, bro, you went to the fucking hospital and your parents is like, don't make a fuss? That's when you know they're protecting the fucking bullies. But also, like, they have, like, the whole family tenets and, like, discipline stuff and whatnot, right? And like, the idea of keeping face, right? They don't want to lose face. So they're like, all right, child, just shut the fuck up about it and just move on with your life. You know, you're getting bullied? Bah, whatever. Just suck it up, you know? Sucks to suck. But this whole bullying thing, it was making me think about one of my favorite manga series that I haven't read in a long while. I really should. It's called A Silent Voice. I know, it's a very obscure series that nobody has ever seen before, and I will die on this hill to say that the movie did certain things really bad, and I fucking hate it. So, like, just read the manga, don't watch the movie, alright? But, I remember that series, especially the first volume. It hits me a lot because it follows, hold on, let me go find it. Okay, Shoya, that's his name, right? He, this whole first volume goes through, like, their elementary days and how he used to bully Shoko simply because she is deaf, right? And and like, a deaf girl is just so easy to target and to bully and whatnot. But in the end, Shoya, as a bully, after, like, Shoko left and everything, right, because he was such a primary spot as, like, the bully, he ends up being the bullied himself, right, and he eventually ends up learning how it feels to be in her position and whatnot. So, anyways, the first volume of A Silent Voice really hits me because it really shows the whole bullying and how it, like, works in the real world, essentially. And it makes me think about my own childhood because I wasn't bullied, all right? I wasn't bullied, but I felt Shoya's position because I was bullied at home. Essentially, my family's bullied me. That's I mean, I feel like bullied is such a soft word, almost, how I feel, because, like, sometimes I don't want to say, oh, you know, I was mentally and emotionally abused as a child. I just end up saying bully because, again, it just feels like a softer word. But that's how I felt like in my home life, and because of that, I end up lashing out at a certain person in elementary. And the reason why it was so easy to lash out at that person was because everybody else in the class didn't like them. For some fucking reason, I still don't know why. I'll be honest, all I knew was that other people didn't like her, so, oh, easy target. And it was sort of accepted simply because the whole class didn't like her. And it just, and so that kind of brings me back to that whole feeling. And you know, overall, it's a sucky thing, you know. I wasn't a good person, obviously, but I had felt hurt in my home life, and I couldn't deal with that at home, so it's something that I ended up lashing out at school. So when I talk about some bullies and all that, you know, I typically give them a grain of salt because there's something that could be happening in their home life that they are lashing out because they can't deal with it at home, so they're doing it at school. And like, for those people, I do wish that they would be able to find a much healthier system to relieve their stress instead of bullying other people. Although I will say, I felt that feeling when I had left elementary and I entered into middle school, and, like, I had suddenly felt that extreme loneliness for a very long time. But, like, back in middle school is when I started to really understand how lonely I was and how out of place I was compared to everybody else. You know, the people, the group who was all part of this whole bully group and all that, they were all chummy with each other. Except for me, right? I was left out of that group once I figured out in elementary, in middle school. So, again, that's why the first volume of A Silent Voice hits me a lot. You know, I might not be able to relate to everything, and I will say the whole bullying shit that had happened back in my elementary was not as severe as this one. I will say, like, my god. But it was still bad either way. Before anybody get uppity for what I just mentioned, I don't do that anymore. That was like elementary shit, and then it stopped after middle school, and like I kind of just ended up keeping to myself for like a very long time. So, but also, alright, there are some bullies who end up doing it way too much that it leads to people's death. I have no sympathy for those people. Alright, I have no empathy for them. Alright, if you're willing to push it that far, I have no sympathy for you. But again, I give bullies a grain of salt because of the experience that I've gone through. But if you're push it too far, you know, even if you got a sob story and all that, your actions have consequences, and that's pretty much it. My actions also have consequences, but quitting school midway really narrows your possibilities for the future. If you want to do something later, it'll be too late. Yeah, you know what, Dad? Fuck you. You know, going to school isn't everything. Especially here in America, it's just a giant debt trap. That's all it is. But also, really fucking bringing her into this fucking room just so you can, like, just so you can fucking put her into secondhand smoking? Like, fuck off, you know? Like, if you're gonna smoke, do it outside, alright? Where's your fucking discipline, huh? So with Nina dropping out of school and her dad being like, oh, it'll be too late for you if you drop out of school midway, you know, you're never gonna get anywhere in life. Nina wants to roll that up into spite and just and fight back, right? It's like, you're telling me that I can't make it if I drop out of school halfway? Fuck you, I'm gonna go into college, I'm gonna get a good job, and I'll fucking show you, you know, I'll live out here by myself, I'll fucking show you. To which I will say, when it comes to that part of her family, the fact that even though her dad was just like, let her stew on her problem, you know, and like getting like their uncle to help them out with like the rent and everything, or to find an apartment and all that, although Momoka said your family and the agencies fooled you. Ah, silly country bumpkin, but the fact that her family allowed her to do that anyways, even though I would expect that they have the expectation of like, oh, she's gonna come back anyway, so like, let's just let her have this failure of an opportunity. It's still that one part in your family that allows you to do that, because like, if they didn't, like, they would have just been like, no, fuck you, you're gonna stay here, you know, until you're 18, and then you can leave on your own. But until then, you know, I am the man of this house, you know, I'm the one with the authority and all that, and that's what they could have done, but instead they've actually given you an opportunity, even if they think that you'll fail it. So when they were at the river, right, when Momoka was ready to move back to her old place, Nina told Momoka, let's not flip people off as much, you know, let's not do this anymore. But instead, let's do this instead, right? This is our own way to say fuck you. To which, again, this still works, you know? Hey man, fuck you. Because I know that in certain countries, like, this means fuck you. I just have to remember where specifically, because I like to do this a lot to people. I basically give people thumbs up IRL. You know, like, I like, you know, I thank you for your action. I like it. I give you a thumbs up. I think the whole me giving thumbs up kind of started with Death Stranding because of like the whole like system. I thought that was very funny. So and how like they integrated it as like real life shit. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. You know, I'll give thumbs up to people. After Momoka moved away, Nina continues on with her school life and everything, and by the end of the week, she realized that she hadn't talked to anybody. No one at all. The last person she talked with was Momoka from last week. I'm just over here like, dude, I feel that. It's just like, oh yeah, God, that's how I felt when I went to college for the first time. Oh, I'm gonna meet new people. I'm gonna befriend new people who aren't the people from my school. You know, it's gotta be great. I didn't make any friends in college. So Momoka asks Nina if she wants to go eat, right, after telling her to come over to grab the light, which, like, it was just an opportunity to get her to eat, to ask her out to go to eat in the first place. I would presume, you know, the light was just an excuse for her to come over. But as Nina decided that, you know, it's a good opportunity to go and eat with Momoka, right? Make friends, talk with somebody at the very least. She sees Subaru, who is the same age as Nina, but is going to be a part of Momoka's band, right? She is the drummer out here. This is our light donor. Okay, I'll be having her on drums. And so this is Subaru acting it up, right? As she says, she's in acting school and whatnot. You up for a meal, Subaru. Won't pay for you, though. So, like, they're being chummy with one another, and Nina's just always like, that feeling, dude. I feel that. It's like somebody, you know, asks you out to eat, and then he's like, by the way, this person is coming with us. It's just, and you don't know who they are? Oh, what the fuck? I don't want to be a part of this. And so you just see Nina, you know, she's not very happy about this, and Subaru catches it, right? And so she's just like, you know what? You know, I'm gonna head back home. Yeah, and like Subaru was actually being considerate of Nina, because she knows that Nina probably just only wanted to have lunch with Momoka, and like, that's totally fine. But here's Momoka, who is just like, no, you're fucking coming with us, right? She needs new friends, so you're coming with us. You guys are the same age, so you should get along, right? You should get along well. And Nina's just so like, just trying to smile. Shabu shabu, sukiyaki, all you can eat, dude. This is such a fancy fucking restaurant. Like, how much do you guys pay for this? It's ridiculous how different the bathroom is compared to the whole restaurant, dude. And it's all like white too, the bathroom too. Like, my god. But also, goddamn, dude, can she's just over here constantly drinking, dude. She's got a whole mug of beer out here. Pretty sure, not sure shabu shabu at this point, because you're putting in too many veggies. Okay, and if we don't start eating the cabbages, it'll lose its texture and gets all gross. But then Nina's just will be like, no, I actually like my vegetables that's soggy. So she hands that over, gives her a nice little smile. Nina's just will be like, yeah, thanks. So Subaru is just over here basically asking her this is small talks, essentially, right? And small talks for introverts, it's like blanking. It's suffering. But consider that you're new, right? Again, consider that you're new. The only thing that you have to start off with is some small talk. What do you like? What music do you like? And Nina doesn't answer this, right? She just goes and says, huh? Right? Any favorite bands, Vocaloid producers, and then fucking Momoka answers for her. Oh yeah, she enjoys oldies because of her grandma. And I was like, yo, dog, like, you don't have to answer for her, but I appreciate it. But at the same time, again, you know, that's great. Sometimes I'm in the mood for classics too, dude. Subaru is like... She is carrying this entire conversation, dude. So I don't really go off my way. And so as she's talking, she gets interrupted because they are hearing a song that Subaru realizes been to a concert at theirs once, saw them at the festival too. And so as they start to talk about music festival, Nina starts getting flashbacks, right? Getting flashbacks to, but like, are these voices from like the Bully? I don't think it was, these are different voices, right? Hold on, I have to listen to it. No, I think that's still Subaru and Momoka talking with one another, right? It's just that it's, being put through a filter as she's kind of like dialing herself out and bringing herself back into this, into this part, what is it, into her school when she was being bullied. And like her whole fucking table got soaked, her notebook got soaked and everything, and like nobody gives a single shit because they don't care, they don't care either way about her. And like, this is the most bullshit thing of all right? The fact that she is sitting in front and she's getting soaked, that like her shit is getting soaked like that, and like the teachers aren't fucking doing anything about it. Oh dude, like it pisses me off so much, dude. Like, the reason why bullies bully is because teachers and parents give them the power to. And again, like, if you don't do anything about it, if you're like, oh, just don't make a fuss about it, you're giving power to the fucking bullies. I would know! Have you been to any concerts, Nina? So... Again, Subaru carrying this whole fucking conversation. Oh, have you been to any concerts? Oh no, okay, well, we have space now. Want to put the meat in? Like, immediately switching over. Not a fan of meat, but she is a little bit too much right now. You know, you can even see the way that they do the screen and everything. Nina, too much pressure. And Nina, she's just gotta get out, you know? Gotta get the fuck out of here. And then she heads into this bathroom, which, again, what the fuck is going on? This bathroom is so nice. Oh my god, dude. I'm staring at the faucet and like, the soap dispenser. It looks so real. What the hell's going on? But she ends up getting confronted by Momoka, who tells her bad with people, despite Nina saying not really. Which is like, but Momoka says, then give her something to work with. Momoka's really coming at her, like, aggressively, which will then put Nina in an aggressive spot. But I think this is just how Momoka is. So it's kind of understandable why she's saying it like this. So she's just saying, like, give Subaru something to work with. She's trying to find some common ground, and Nina not understanding why somebody would try to be friendly and try to make conversation, right? Why would she do that? And we see that that particle for going, right, as she's feeling stressed, she's feeling pressured and everything. She's just forcing herself to talk to me, right? I mean, you always have to start somewhere, to which, yeah, Momoka is correct. Like, you've only met today, so what do you expect? But at the same time, right? You can't force somebody to be a part of a conversation if they don't want to in the first place. And for someone like Nina, it's probably going to be really hard to just strike up a conversation, especially somebody who's of her same age range, right? Because all of her bullies are the same age as her. So, again, I get both Nina and Momoka's side, but I definitely do lean a little bit towards... Actually, no, I don't lean towards anybody, because I get both of their sides, and they're both wrong. And right in their own ways. It just felt like she's looking down on me, and I hate that. A very interesting perspective, right? She thinks that Subaru is being condescending, when in reality she isn't being condescending, but she is hamming it up, as Momoka says, right? You're imagining that. This is how she normally behaves. She plays it up because she goes to acting school, right? So this is her baseline. She means well, you know? What a pretty thought. What a pretty thought. It's, okay. Normally, you would avoid someone as grumpy as me, but look at her trying so hard so she can show off how big her heart is. The way that her perspective is, right? Like, Subaru could just be a nice person and is trying her best to get along with you, but she sees it as, oh, she's just trying to show off how big her heart is. It's just like, wow. Perspectives, man. Perspectives. It's crazy. And so we've got Momoka who lashes out. How cynical can you be? It's not cynical. If you keep having those weird preconceptions, you'll never make any friends. Just growls at her, and then she walks away, right? She's just like, I'm out of here. Is this the locker room? What is this? This is the back? This is the back room of the restaurant? My god. It's so white. Also, these carpets, I think that's carpet on the ground. So, I'm not capable of making friends, and I never will be. Talk about cynicism. Who could like me? I don't. An understandable reason. I don't even like myself, so who would like me? But then at the same time, right? If you don't like yourself and you think that people hate you, and then you're acting in a way that will make people hate you, you're essentially just playing into your own fucking mind game, right? Oh, people are hating me. So then you start acting like a little fucking shit, and then they start hating you, and you're just like, that's it. They fucking hate me. Done and done. This is what I expect in the reason, right? It's just a, god damn it, why can't self-fulfilling prophecy. This is what Nina has fallen herself into. But, I thought it was very interesting that in the last episode, I was telling you about the lyrics to a song that has hit me a lot recently. And to think that it plays into this episode, right? When Momoka's like, stop being cynical, and Nina's like, I'm not being cynical. You know, she's just fighting back like, stop being this, you're doing that, I'm not being this, I'm not doing that. It's Nina just fighting, dude. But in the lyrics that I was telling you about, right, from Queen Irby, my season, it's cynicism would be easy, but I don't want to take the easy road. And that's just kind of how it is right now for Nina, because it's easy to be cynical. It's easy to be pessimistic. It's harder to be optimistic. It's harder to keep an optimistic mind. And so when Momoka was talking about how, like, oh, Subaru's just trying her best, she's trying to be friends with you, of course she's gonna be asking you all these questions, or like forcing herself to, because she has to, you have to give her something to play with. Or to work with, I mean. And then Nina says, what a pretty thought. Like, yeah, that's the optimism that you should have for the world. And, but at the same time, you know, nothing matters. As a kid, right, especially as a teenager, and with her background of being bullied and nobody's there to help her out, not even her own fucking family, it's easy to be cynical. And that's how I felt like for a very long time. You know, I was very pessimistic, and I kind of mentioned this a bit back in, like, the days of Bokuyaba. I say that as if, I mean, it's been like 2 years since first season. That's when I was talking about it, where I said that I'm a pessimist disguised as an optimist, because that's truly how I feel. Like, the real person within me is a pessimist and is very cynical, but it's really, it can make life hard if you're constantly thinking about that all the time. So nowadays I try to have more positive thoughts, right? More optimistic thoughts, even if it's not really helpful when it comes to, like, my family and all that. Like, they're always fucking pessimistic all the fucking time, and it's really hard for me to try to be optimistic about certain situations, and then they just constantly bringing me down. But again, nowadays I try to be optimistic, and I feel that makes it easier for me to open up about myself, for me to try to talk to people, at the very least, try to talk to people who actually want to have interesting discussions and conversations and not small talk, because please do not fucking small talk me. I'm so tired of small talk, just don't. I was at VidCon, and I was at this networking party, and this guy was coming up to me, and he was trying to do small talk. And when I say small talk, I mean, like, small talk. He was tossing some jokes and just some, like, oh, how long, is this your first VidCon or whatever? And, like, he was talking about it in, like, such a soft and mumbly voice that I can barely fucking hear him, and he was sitting right next to me. It was the most awkward conversation ever. It was really bad. Just wanted you guys know that the my official title for my company right now is Chief Community Officer. But man, if you saw me talking with that guy, dude, like, you would have been like, what the fuck do you mean community? Who is this person? Can't even fucking talk. Can't even carry a conversation. I will say I cannot carry a conversation. That's why I need people like Momoka or Subaru who can just carry the conversation for me. I'm just going to spend my entire life alone. Thank you for treating me. Again, she didn't even fucking eat anything. What do you mean treating her? She's just fucking paying money for nothing. Oh, so this is the back of the bathroom, right? That's the female and the male restroom. Okay. Okay. And I assume this is, like, inside for, like, the staff and whatnot, or unless it's, like, another emergency exit or something. Again, what the fuck is this place? It feels like they were in a back room or something if this was, like, yellow. Or if it had, like, more of a yellow tint. Subaru is just having a time of her life, just eating by herself. And then she goes and she leaves. Subaru's just like, I don't know what's going on. But then Momoka says she's being an idiot, which it's just kind of like, look, again, if Nina calls herself an idiot, that's totally fine. But, like, hey, she's not being an idiot, all right? She's going through her own trauma. She's lashing out, unfortunately, and it's just something that you have to go step by step and not force her to be in this sort of environment. But of course, Nina immediately regrets her decision, right? What the fuck am I doing? Momoka gave me this opportunity to make friends, and, like, I just tarnished it. Just out here yelling, you know? And then I love this guy who just goes out, just be like, I love his stance, by the way. He's just over here, like, crouched like this. Hey, you! Shut up! And again, as I said, I love that Nina's got spunk. This man's out here telling her to shut up. She's just like, no, you shut up. And she fucking flips him off. Fuck you, brother. Oh, man. But then she was about to assault this man, which is not good at all. But after smashing her light up, she walks home with a broken light, and here she is trying to put the light on, but unfortunately she is not tall enough. She can't reach it, you know? And she falls because of this, and more tears shed from her eyes. Oh my god, those are some thick eyelashes, I just realized. And she says, I can't even install a light by myself. Again, all the small, tiny problems leading up to the big issues. I'm useless. Ah. Like, honestly, all you really need to do is, like, get a fucking chair that's, like, a little bit higher. And then you can do it by yourself. But in this situation, I'm useless. This sucks. No ray of hope will shine on me. I'm doomed to live in the darkness. See, this is why being pessimistic and being cynical can be really bad for you. This is just one tiny problem, and it's just, you're just gonna be like, my life sucks. I hate everything. I mean, there's also the potential that Nina probably most likely have depression, so there could also be that as well. But then depression would also just end up leading you to have pessimistic thoughts. Anyways, so Momoka breaks into her apartment, tells her that she should join the band. Right? She came here with Subaru and everything. What did Momoka said? You should pick somewhere new to hide the keys. Why are you hiding the keys outside? There's also not a lot of areas for her to hide the keys, but like, where the fuck is she hiding these keys? Where is she hiding this key? What the absolute fuck? I love that Subaru is holding the light. She's just like, ah, she already destroyed the light, Lamau. So Momoka here tells Nina that this feeling that she's feeling right now, right, it makes her think of her old self, and that's something that Momoka's been repeatedly mentioned since episode 1. And I love that Nina continues to fight back, right? She's just like, I don't want your pity. Get out of here! She continues to push people away because it's hard for her to want to be friends with anybody else because everybody that she's known has hurt her. So Subaru installs the light, and then Nina's just out here ugly crying. Honestly, she is ugly crying right now. And these two are just laughing at her, and she's just, she fucking yell, and she's just so high maintenance, dude. Subaru's really fucking out here jabbing her with words, to which she then fucking smack her right in the goddamn shin. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I love that little scowl from Subaru. Like, it's like, that's like the first time we actually see her like, oh. So, you just gotta get these feelings out. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta cry. Get these feelings out through song, write them down, right? You got a whole EP ready. Is the product called Father? Is that what it is? Also, look at her holding with her pinky out. Very fancy. But also, fuck you. Well, you know, at least Subaru recovered from that hit in the shin. Was it in the shin or in the knee? I feel like it would be... both would be bad anyways, but I think hitting it on the knee would be a little bit more hurtful for Nina, because, like, that's all just bone. It's probably the shin. But here we are, back with Nina, fucking ugly crying. And I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of this part where they're just, like, laughing at her ugly crying. But then when Nina starts crying, when Nina's still ugly crying and she starts drinking, that is funny. Remember, it reminds me of the time in elementary when I had, when I knew this kid who, it was like 5th grade or something? 5th or 6th grade or something? He went through a tumultuous, emotional day, that's for sure, right? He got together with this one girl, and then they broke up at recess. No, they broke up in the morning. They got together back in recess, and then they broke up again at lunch. God, kids are savages. I don't know what's going on there. But as he was like all sad and shit, there was like a ball coming towards him, and he was going to pick up that ball. Another kid comes and kicks the ball, and the ball just flies right straight to his crotch. And so he falls down, and I'm just like, oh shit, you know, are you okay? But then as he's crying, he's just like he's eating Skittles while he's crying, and he's just, I couldn't help but to like laugh at the situation because he was so absurd, and and that's how I feel about the situation where Nina's just crying and drinking milk at the same time. But the reason why I don't like the fact that like they were just laughing, even if like, I don't know, could it be a hearty thing or whatever, but like, you know, maybe you might find that to be an endearing moment or a funny moment or something. I personally don't like it because when I cry, right, when I cry, my family would make fun of me for it, right? They would joke and they would laugh about it, and I feel like my feelings were nothing but a joke, essentially. So, you know, those are the times when I found out that if I were to cry, I'd need to just go into the restroom and cry about it, and then get out and just act like nothing's happened, because crying was a big point of weakness within my family. At least it was a weakness in terms of being made fun of and being poked at. So, not really a big fan of that. So yeah, I will say this episode really got a lot of really got a lot of my childhood out of me. But overall, I thought that this was a good episode. As I said, great episode even, maybe. Would like to see more Subaru, so that will be fun to see like more of her personality and all that. Also to see how fucking Momoka got Subaru to join this in the first place. That will be interesting. And I would presume we're gonna see yet another of the band member. Big prediction, I know. Big if true, you know? So, we'll just have to see what we have for the next episode. I like this. I like the way that they're dealing with this whole shit so far. So, really fun. Not fun, but yeah, I'm getting an enjoyment out of it. So, if I have anything else to say, I'll write in the description down below. Anyways, I'll see you later.